Andy Warhol was born on August 6, 1928, in a two-bedroom apartment in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to Slovakian immigrant parents. He was growing up in a Depression-era Pittsburgh, and his birth name is Andrew Warhol, but he later changed his name to Andy Warhol, which is what we know him as today. He grew up sickly and spent a lot of time at home drawing with his mother. When he was 8 years old, his parents bought him his first camera, and in 1948, Andy enrolls at the Carnegie Institute of Technology in Pittsburgh. He went to New York City after he graduated in 1948, and around this time is when he changed his name to Andy Warhol. In 1992, Andy started using silk screening. He changed the way people saw objects by using silk screening as an artistic process. Warhol worked with professionals to have the photos he chose transferred onto the mesh of a silk screen. This process allowed him and his assistants to mass produce a large number of prints with relative ease. One of his most famous works is the Campbell's soup one. He ate the soup every day for lunch for 20 years. He was also famous for exploring culture in his work. Other popular items he used in his art was Coca-Cola, S&H green stamps, and celebrities. Instead of making art for advertisements, he made advertisements as art. His artwork is considered to be pop art, and pop art is making art inspired by things from popular culture. The art popped, it's fun, and it has popular brands and things in the artwork. Andy brought the concept of consumerism to the art world. He had a very particular personal style. He had a shock of white hair and was usually seen wearing a lot of black leather jackets and sunglasses. He also made a lot of self-portraits. One of his popular celebrity prints is the one about Marilyn Monroe, which she was a movie star who was very famous in the 1950s. His works are deeply reflective of the culture at the time. He didn't just do prints. He made films, digital work, installations, paintings, and sculptures. He made his works in his studio in New York City, which was called The Factory. From the 1950s until his death in 1987, Warhol was always open to the new, always innovating, and always reflecting the time. Warhol wanted to tell us more about everyday life and the common and real objects present a creative manner to his audience. He made the works possible of people like Jeff Koons and Shepard Fairey and so many other artists at the time. He was a leading figure in the visual art movement.